Hey there, Gemini. This is Joy with Joy the World, here to take an intuitive peek into the energies going on around you. Friends and subscribers, welcome back. And if you're new, it is free. Click that subscribe button down below. They'll notify you anytime I post new videos, okay? And now I'm stumbling and stuttering because I can't even go on and say anything else. Y'all, so this week is about your hopes, dreams, and fears. When y'all call on a theme, I just roll with it, whatever. This is the channel of the world. This is for you guys who tune in here, and I'm just the microphone, the hands, the instrument through which the message comes. But I can tell you, Taurus, there was some very interesting energy. That there were shenanigans, fuckery afoot, like the power of suggestion, some of those things going on. There was an inversion. Well, Gemini came up in it because some of them need to tune in here. So some of you may need to go back and look at Taurus, but the reason I'm saying that is as I began to work the decks, this is the deck, the Tattoo Tarot is supposed to be you guys in the center of your hopes, dreams, fears, and the energy to either to move forward into, or the energy of how that ties it all together. And they had 3 Six of Cups show up. So they had it show up from the other decks, and when I'm trying to shuffle y'all's, it spilled out under my table. There was this slew of cards, and they said, Joy, take them. That is the message. I'm like, what? So I'm having to move out of the way and dive under. This is a 2-layer table. Get under that tiny little layer and pull them out. And they laid out, there's going to be a story. So you're not in the center of your read. You're crowning your spread, who you are. And all this is coming in beneath your feet. So you might have to look for it. You might have to resurrect it. You might have to go dig it out. You might even have to go chase it down. Whatever this is that's going on. And we have 2 other cards that are sitting here as well. This is hopes and this is fears. Okay? So we may not even be able to get into the dreams, because with 6 of Cups coming in like this, there is a new lesson in love, a new life in love, a new story in love. And there has been some things that is causing you, it's almost like your depth perception is off. So when you aim, like anybody knows, when you aim at your target with an arrow, the bow and arrow, well, when it first leaves, it's only, millispecs off. But as the trajectory of time and space go on, the landing of it goes so far off course that you totally miss your target. You miss that opportunity. You miss what it is that you're going for. And you're like, I'm missing it. And there's one more card sitting over here waiting. What is it? Okay, you're struggling between 2 mindsets. About it being easy, what is the butterfly life? What is the life of peace? These are your questions. Okay, so this is like hot off the presses, y'all. I mean, by the time y'all get this, I think I may even have to post this ahead. I try and record about a half a week ahead to keep everything flowing and flawless, because there is no time and space for me. Saturn is my ruling planet. That's one thing. Saturn's very playful, whether y'all know it or not. But your energy is coming in here now. And even somebody who tunes in 6 months from now and tunes into this read, it is for you right now. These are pieces in your puzzle box, but this is hot off the flippin' press. It's reiterating 2 stars. I'm almost going to cry, because it's like y'all miss meeting each other. That's devastating. I don't know who this is for. That's devastating. And it's like fear surrounding it, scared around it. It makes you work harder and let me try harder. And you don't even know which story to believe, which it is. And I don't mean between them or you. I'm talking about in your mindset of who you are, of how to live forward and to go forward, because we are shedding a big period, a big 200 years of earth, right? Something very tangible, very practical, very pragmatic, very time-wise, solution-oriented, that type of thing. And we're moving into, I'm just getting uncomfortable and the headaches coming out. I don't know who's upset, but hey, I love you. I love you, all right? I love you, and we're here in this together in this moment, and thank you for sharing. So we're stepping into the era of air. And in this air, they're talking about lifting your sword up to cut through the chase of what matters to you in love. Because this is the 6 of Cups. I mean, you're flat out like bing, because the hope, look, it's the Ace of Cups. Y'all, that's when I about lost it. And what is she bouncing on her head here? She's got jars. Many ideas, but the sad thing is the way they're balancing is the one on top. You'd seem like you're leveling up, but it seals up the one beneath it. So basically, it's in vain. You have the one, and look at that balancing act, and what y'all can't see or may not be able to. She's walking a tightrope in flip flops. Your expectations of yourself, your bar is set so high of how you believe you should be. And there are so many things that have been after your mind for so long about ideas of who you are and what that could be. I mean, you're Gemini, right? We all are, but especially if you're tuning in here, Gemini sun, or you know someone who is. But these forces, they're coming along. Help is on the way. Help is all around you. But it's so much, and it's in the midst of your focus. You're talking about foci, focus. You're looking in many points in many directions. Okay, so you're talking about, let's get into the power of the sun here, because the sun is the one that went the furthest away, that had to bring back in. So there's a slew of cards. Let me just go ahead and show you your crown. Your new crown. I'm going to have to hold it in two hands. Okay? I appreciate y'all. This is your crown. Okay? This is what is going on, overarching this. And it's like a spiel of a story coming out. And it's interesting, the thing that went furthest away is the place where we began. But when we do need to turn back around, that's how it happens. All right? When you get the furthest away and you finally wake up and realize, you're like, whoa, you're driving. You're like, oh, crap, I'm on the wrong road. But boom, sun steps in. And you have to turn that vehicle around. In this case, the vehicle is your body, your mind, yourself, your ideas about love, because the sun is still showing love. And man, God, y'all, your concept coming from your parents, like way back in time, talk about being taxing or a struggle or a fight or exhausting or whatever, because it's like you're taxing my kidneys. And you're leveling up 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, that eight-pointed star. But this is supposed to be a 6-pointed star. It's like the adding to something distorted it and made it too expensive, too lofty. It plugged you up. It closed you up. You've been living at such a high level of expectation that you're not able to become real. And the thing is we don't want our reality to become our truth. We want our truth to become our reality, but your reality has been distorted that you would never attain truth. You wouldn't. That's what's happening here. That's why your kidneys are like firing up, going the idea of who you are and where you came from, the level of expectation, the murmurings, the demands put on you. Some of you check out the Capricorn area of your chart, because that often can happen to Capricorns, because that's your doableness. You know, your ability, the ability to just go and do, add to, heap upon, tax upon, so that you can't even engage in the world around you, that you have to go to such lengths to be worthy. I'm like, F that, y'all. F that. Not to be worthy of love. No way. No way. Because there's a crosshair showing up here over this cup, and they're telling me to aim at this bullseye. What do you want me to aim with? They're talking about Mary L. Okay, so we're going to aim with Mary L. Tell us about this bullseye. It's almost like there's underlying and on the top. It's almost like a locket coming from thin air, like being born upon your chest, like a locket that you lost. You lost a loved one, you know? You lost that loving feeling. And there's like emotions spilling out everywhere as I'm saying that. And you cried your eyes red. And the Cancer area of your chart about wiped you out. And what's on top of this matter is pointing to what's underneath. Look at this. Okay? Page of disc and the 9 of disc. Oh my God. You're making this page like the one, because to me the ace is not the one. The ace is the pinnacle. It is the zenith. It is the highest point. It is the epitome. Okay? Now here, this 9 of disc is pointing at the page of disc and making it a 1. It's like taking it back to the heart of the matter, like the heart of the brand new baby. You came into this world for something so big. What is going on? Something so big. There's mystery swirling, y'all. And it's almost like they're not wanting me to get the answers, but they're wanting us to create the questions, to create the space of knowing, is what they're calling it, to the power of that suggestion of like opening the mind to what is more, what has been going on, what have I been toying with, tarrying with, tolerating, enduring that is unnecessary. And there's something jumping out of my other deck, splitting. Okay, go watch Taurus. Go watch Taurus. This card often shows up. Sometimes it's a sweet little gestational card. It's the power of suggestion, but inside you have been balled up for so long because, I mean, you talk about some tension. You talk about expectations being put on you that you're just swallowed up in it. These can be like specters swirling around, hemming you in. Damned if I do, damned if I don't. Beaver energy, working hard, hard to earn it, hard to deserve it. Having to really go to extreme lengths to even stand out and even be special, to be recognized or praised. I'm going to tell you, hey, you awesome, baby. You the sunshine of my life. And that's why you're showing up here, because we're good together, right? I believe in your most impossible dreams, and wherever two on earth agree, it is done. So let the beautiful, bold, bright ones come forward. Let the impossible ones come forward, the ones that you thought, for me, really? Because somewhere we've been living and believing for the lives of those around us and joining in that with them, that we often don't have a safe place to do that for ourselves, okay? At least not where it's not, contaminated with some stuff like this, because we can only see what we can see, right? Because we're trapped within our perspective. You're hemmed in. Okay. Now the thing is, they're showing me that this is like very 2D. It's very flat. It would be like this. So use your imagination. Okay, this is the image, but this is it. So it's like looking down here, and they're telling me that the way out is here. The way out is up. The way out is to rise up, to stand up for yourself. Stand up for yourself, where you come from, where you belong. You are the seed carrier of the ancient seeds. You are the seed. Some of you are Native American. I just need to say that. And there's like a finger on you about that. You are the carrier of the seeds. You need to begin to take interest in who you are and what you're here for. Okay? Who you are and what you're here for. Not shenanigans, antics, expectations. Just almost like get naked. Wipe all that off. I mean, that's why I love Mary L. Get naked. Get back to your primal self. Just keep your robe of destiny wrapped around your netherworld down there, and let the energy and the power begin to rise up. Give yourself the permission. There is financial support for you here, whatever that is. There is, so there's even pragmatic, practical earth support coming in to facilitate this waste removal. What about the moon? Okay. So this deck came in on the Magic Monday, and it's the mind, body, and soul, and there's the moon oracle in here, and they're telling me to look for the moon. So I'm going to take the first moon card that I come to. Thank you for your patience, y'all. And be patient with yourself, okay? So those aren't moon. Oh, my word. You're having to get through some layers to get to what's underneath your feet. There we go. And there are two of them together. Okay, so I'm taking them both. That's a bit. This stuff is so mighty shuffled here. But it was a lot to be able to get to your mind. This is like how much that we're moving through. Can you see all these birds going around? The power suggestion, the expectations, the unfulfillment, the demands, that sort of thing. Look at this. Look at this, Gemini. This is what you've been living under. That's how many layers of paint is on your fine furniture, okay? That is on you. That is the gunk, so surrounding the diamond. So we're here to unearth it, to get it off. I'm gonna just leave this sucker sitting there, and here we go. All right, let's look at what's on your mind, baby. Because see, we're talking about the sun. You are the sunshine, who you are, and we're gonna get down to the nitty gritty of this. Okay, waxing crescent 2, acceptance. And it's coming in and to the number of 4, the power of order, but you're talking about communion. Being able to see yourself in the eyes of another. That's how, because see, there's the reiteration. There's that crescent moon. You see it? You see it? Reciprocation. That's what we're calling. We're just going to call it in right now. We're going to call in reciprocation for you, Gemini. The real you. Okay? The one who's still at the level 6 star. It's not that 8 is better than 6 or 6 is better than 8. No, it's about your energy being able to retract and relax just a little bit. That there isn't that dangling carrot, that thing, because it has stretched your mind thin. That there's a little bit of a recovery there. Because look at this. Almost like the 2 hands coming to meet and greet yourself going on here. Seeing love in the eyes of another. love in the eyes of another. And this isn't some empty or vain promise. It is time. It is time. The dove has shown up with the olive branch, which is a sign of peace, a sign of the times, a sign that it is ready for you. Okay? They want me to go to the Six of Cups. So, following the sun, we have the Six of Cups here. All right, about the blood of your passion rising up, the purity of your passion. Again, another bullseye reiteration of this. Look closely, okay? Can y'all see that? Sorry about my head peeking around here. I got to see where it is. Look, okay? That's what we got going on. And this isn't, like, this is true focus. Remember here they were talking about you having a multiplicitous focus, like having to keep your eyes out everywhere. That's called fight or flight. Having to keep it all fired up like that in order for you to be provided for and protected, in order for you, that facilitates no love connection whatsoever. That facilitates a self-defense mechanism. So we're tuning that down, turning that down and tuning that off. Tune that off, letting the clouds dust settle. Because eventually, this is you. But you couldn't get there. Do you see that? Do you see the XIX? I have to call it that for a reason right now, because you were stuck in the middle. You were trapped in between and couldn't get from one to the other. They couldn't be connected because there was a wall. There was a barrier here. There was a barrier here, Gemini. You couldn't even get to your true self, much less your other self, your human counterpart in this world. The one that's perfect for you is what you're talking about. The one who you line up with sexually. I'm sorry. It's more than that. You need to know. You're like, is it going to be good? Is it somebody that I'm going to have passion for and be excited about, that lights me up from bottom to top? You know, like the eyes of Scorpio, the whole self, the I amness, that I genuinely and truly see myself in these swirls of pieces opening. It's like there's a nebula cloud is being formed even right now as we're speaking. We're doing this, and it's like yes, 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 and yes. Because see, in front of that heart is a black flame. That is Black Moon Lilith. That is being able to open up and connect with the unconscious mind, which is, yeah, okay. That's what's been shrouded. That's what's been shrouded. The unconscious mind. You, because see, this is you in all your beauty, all your dreams that are here with you. You've been trapped back there. It was almost like you were a cyst in your own mind. You were insisted to be, you were bound there. You were bound there from birth. You were damned there. Taurus people, I hope you're showing up here, because this is what that thing is talking about. When you've been locked out, when you've been, what was that? I don't know why your wand was upside down. I can't even come to all the words they're saying right now, because we are unlocking a mystery. We're uncrossing the wires. We're getting that, what is that? Switchboard all in order. Who's next? What's next? Okay. So Spirit of Cups is calling in this new moon beginnings too. Ooh, baby. And you are the two. Look at you. Totally harnessed together. And now the space in between, remember we were trying to close it, now it's open. Look at it. So that means we cleared that darkness. We bridged that chasm. Remember, you guys, in the previous readings, if you don't go back, you're not missing anything. These aren't dated. They're puzzle pieces, and it's putting together the picture of you, of your amazingness, of your new life, and this new beginning here. And it brings into the fullness, the full spectrum, the wholeness, the fulfillment of the promise. The promise. Not, You're like, I need one thing. I need one thing. That was my assignment here. Find love. Find love. You know, I'm not big on talking about that here at this channel, because so many other channels, that's their thing. That's the one thing they talk about. This is here for your energy, and your energy is talking about that one thing. That's what you're here for. This is pointing up at it. Even the baby's like, word up, power to the mother, yeah, okay, so it's all going on, it's coming down, and now you've opened up, and this is going to walk you out of the winter, this is going to walk you out of the hell freezing over, this is going to walk you out of the damage done to your heart, and it's going to warm you up with this passion, my friend. Okay, so Gemini, a few more steps here, and let's see how it goes. Aren't you the originator of life? So we have the Six of Swords. New day, new way. That's what you're talking about here. We could talk about, oh, you're crossing over to other waters. Yeah. New feelings, new day, new way. But this is about embracing love and being loved. This is no longer, do they love me? Do they love me not? Do they love me? Do they love me not? Do they love me? Do they love me not? And it's always going to be not. Because whichever way you go, that sword's going to turn up. When you flip and turn, you flip and turn, you flip and turn, it's always going to feel threatening. It was going to feel that way. But that's why here, that old mindset, this old mindset here, look, this is what now takes the downturn. Okay? And that's not a bad thing. It's being able to put your defensiveness down. Remember this? The many rays of having to protect yourself, your fight or flight, it can finally come down. It can finally calm down. No more having to live and blast out of your kidneys, because your kidneys, y'all, it was looking like that, all fired up. That's why your eyes are tired. That's flat out what you're telling me. Your kidneys were blasting out all the time, like a full-on dilated eye of intensity. Like the magnification of two suns. Two suns. That's what the 8-pointed star is. A sun. They want you down to the 6 for now, because that's to your benefit. It makes it easy, light, and balanced. Makes it fun. And we can say frivolous, because frivolous is something that you have more than enough, that you can just dispense of it and do with it and go with it and flow with it, because it's not all weighty and heavy. Because 8 is bringing into the earth. It's that old energy. So you're talking about, in order to transform into this new energy of air, of inheriting the promise, the one, the promised land. The place that you've always dreamt of. That place of love and loving kindness and friendship and trust and peace. Of your best friend, your lover. Of a world that sees you and knows you and beholds you. Okay. So with that, we step into the 5 of Wands. And to me, the 5 of Wands is a magnificent card, especially in this deck, because you see it all comes together, it works together. This is like the paw, you know? It's joined together in one place, all going in the same direction, all right? It's able to span out and spread out to cover a vast area in a short period of time. So, I'm seeing something. That love finds each other. You're gonna have some passion. That's all I can say. You don't just have it showing up here with Black Moon Lilith. That means your sexual style is the same. That means the conjugation, the intimacy, from the way you converse. You have very similar styles. Your love language, you have similar styles. Your sexual expression, you have similar styles. As a matter of fact, they facilitate and motivate one another. They commingle and combine. And you're like, ooh, they're on the same page. And there's no betrayal here. There's none. There's the fulfillment of the promise. Because for the promise to be fulfilled is 7 days of silence. Mark that. Victory. Victory. Let the doors be open. This is what is required of you to get to this. Okay, because this is a 4 and this is a 2, and this was called waxing crescent 2. They're letting us know to let it go, to let the old go, let the new come, let the old pass away, let the new come, because this is what's inside of here. This is like what is hovering over this. Remember, this is like this in the way out. This is like extracting you and bringing you on out into this whole new world. So along with that, these come together. We have the Queen of Coins and the King of Wands. Talk about being secure in your passion, being secure in your excitement, in your conducting of oneself. They're saying conduct, conducting, conduction. They're doing it all, and they're conjugating in many different ways, because they actually mean all of it, yes, in the Queen of Coins. So it like fires up your earth and causes you to be abundant. Look at that. You're like, I picked my one. You see up in her hand, she's like that. This is my pride. Y'all see what I won? Did you see what I won? WONONE. This is the one. This is the one. And that's the seed of choice here. But what I love is it's reciprocated. Remember, we were talking about reciprocation back over here? It is reciprocated. That's what we've been working towards. When you turned around at the sun, when you turned around realizing that 8 was too heavy, it was too much, you'd gone too far. You'd gone too far. You turned around, you start coming back, knowing that this was waiting for you. It's not too late. Okay. Why is this sitting here? Oh, this is that other card. There's an empty space. I don't know if y'all can see it. Let me slide the table towards me for a second. Then I got to push it back because I could barely fit. There was an empty space right here. And I'm like, what is this? And then, like, Joy, remember that card that we said? Y'all have been something else. I'm telling you, I love it. I love it. I love it. Goodness. And now we'll have a color card coming in too. So let me just set that there. Y'all are speaking everywhere. Oh, that's that Two of Swords. That's why we turned it down. This has come to replace it. You make perfect sense. So yellow, purify your body. This is your will. This is your power of permission. This is your, remember we were talking about ability before? You're not only able, remember that Capricorn part of your chart, you're not only able, you're now willing. You're now willing. And once you're willing, it's going to just naturally take the genesis to this pinnacle. Because this sun card, this solar card is about the purity and the purification of love. It has to do with like this tantra, not modern, ancient tantra. Because as we know, yoga, which still is, but it always was, it was a way of being a doctor to your own body, medicine to your own body, keeping open all the energy resources to your body. Because energy isn't just what, pardon me, y'all want to clear that? Isn't just from the food that we put in our mouths, it's what we activate inside of us as well. So you were talking about here, that love, that magic, that union being the medicine. But you have to give permission for it. Do not be afraid. Do not be afraid. All right, Gemini, leave me comments down below. I want to hear from you on this one, okay? I'm ready for us to open up that dialogue to bring in the Prince of Wands, whoever that is, to get to that king. Okay, we waking up right now. 7 days, y'all mark it. I love you. Talk soon. Bye.